The Phoenix Mercury have evened the WNBA Finals at a game apiece. They get a 91-86 win in overtime. Brittney Griner leads the way with 29 points for the Mercury. Diana Taurasi gets 20, including a controversial play that we will talk about in a moment. And Skylar Diggins-Smith puts the icing on the cake late in overtime to clinch it. Joining me now from Locked On Women's Basketball, Erica Ayala. And Erica, let's talk about the play, because this is going to be the discussion. Diana Taurasi gets a steal. She's going the other way. She falls down, does not go out of bounds, though it looks like she may have. What did you make of this play? And do you think it ultimately decided the game?
Oh, it's tough to say if it ultimately decided the game. I think we can definitely say it was a momentum swing. You saw how irate James Wade was at that moment. And it was really a clutch play, I will say, for Phoenix and their momentum. They had been really struggling to get ahead of Chicago late in the game. They were sticking with them, but we're having a little bit of trouble. And sometimes it's plays like that, or the hustle play by Skylar Diggins-Smith, to get the steal and then track down the ball and get that timeout. I think those things definitely were positive swings for Phoenix, but this was a game that had a lot of excitement. So I don't know if I'll go as far as saying it determined the game, but it definitely impacted the game.
And this was also a game where the stars mostly played like stars, and that's what we watched the WNBA Finals for. That's the fun part of this. So as we move forward here, best of 5 series in the WNBA Finals, what can we take from this game that we can say, okay, this is translatable for the next 3 games if we have them?
First of all, just what you said, that the stars essentially showed up. What I will say is that I don't think we've seen the best of all of the stars, and I think there's players like Hallie Quigley or Diamond DeShields for Chicago, or maybe Shea Petty, or even Bree Turner. Offensively, Bree Turner, she's killing it defensively. I think those 4 players are due. And so we know we're going to get at least 2 more games. Both of those games are going to be in Chicago. They've already sold out game 3. I think what we saw as far as how close, how gritty, how physical game 2 was, I would expect more of that as opposed to game 1, which I think was a bit of an outlier in a few ways.
So just from a broader standpoint, let's zoom out, and I'm going to be a little biased here because she's one of my favorites. Diana Taurasi is already a 3-time NBA champion. She is already arguably the greatest women's basketball player ever. Everyone has their favorites. I get it. She happens to be my favorite. What would this do for the legacy of someone like Taurasi? But let's add in on that side other players that are extremely well known. Brittney Griner, Skylar Diggins-Smith, Candace Parker. These are legends of the game already that are on the court. So we don't have to talk about all of them, but whose legacy do you think is most impacted by a win in this series?
Most impacted is Skylar Diggins-Smith. Diana Taurasi was already named the GOAT of all GOATs for the WNBA 25 season. They did a fan vote. She weighed in on that. I happen to agree with Diana, and if anything, it made me want to vote for her as the GOAT by saying that it's impossible to say that there is ever going to be one GOAT. But the reason I say Skylar, she left a situation in Dallas. She has said over the years that she was very intentional and very thoughtful in picking Phoenix as her next home. She came in this season in particular, also knowing that it was an Olympic year. She came in knowing that she had goals for herself, not just to make the Olympic team, not just to get to the WNBA Finals and put herself in a position to win a championship. She's done that, but also individual goals. She's had to find her way as far as being a leader. And among those names, Griner, already a champion. Taurasi, already a champion. This would be Skylar's first. And so the only other person that I think maybe has a better story than Skylar Diggins-Smith is Shea Petty. And both of them are the players that ultimately will have an impact on this series. We'll see which way it goes. But yes, I'd have to say that it's between Skylar Diggins-Smith and playoff Petty to see who's going to have the bigger impact or the bigger story, and what and how a Phoenix championship could be such a meaningful just cherry on top for both of those players in particular.